Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the 49ers on Sunday Night Primetime.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The hat will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide the San Francisco 49er offense.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets to start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Look at the big man rumble. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Ray McLeod. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. That's a great response. Give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored. They answered back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, and he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw it is Cousins. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And he will find his man Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Niners have moved out in front. That's why you got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway. There's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And out across midfield, down to the 45.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And he'll get this out to about the 38-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And from here, might not be able to take a knee.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that the safety was how they expected to do it, but give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
So
well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. But they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They run it again with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins will dump this off to Cook. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends, his time is run out. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On play action. Now Garoppolo. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got it. It's Samuel. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he is going to lose yardage here. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And across the track into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners are moving. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film. But do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Throwing is Cousins. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
But they've certainly had trouble marking this defense through 3.5 quarters. So I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
I give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now Cousins. Able to find Thielen, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Cousins. Open man, once again it's Thielen. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now Cousins, able to shake him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Throwing on second and long. Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.